Welcome to 25 Days of Britmas. Let's get on with the video.
Hi guys, welcome to another day of Britmas. I know this background that you're seeing means that I pre-recorded this video extra early. And today I want to share my plant collection. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you know I have been trying to create what I'm calling Black Eden. Yes, that is inspired by the stars and the blackness between them. But I have my outside garden, she's struggling. So I will not be sharing the outside garden today, but I will be talking about all of my plant babies inside just because I kind of want to have them on camera so I can see how much they grow from here until next year. And then I kind of want to talk about each one of them. So this video is going to be a very chatty plant video. And this is from the standpoint of a beginner. So if this does not interest you, come back tomorrow. We got something different. But today we want to talk about my plants. So the first one that I want to talk about obviously is my big baby bismuth. Bismuth is my philodendron split leaf. You've seen her in a couple of my videos. She is my biggest plant. Right now she comes to about right underneath my boobs. And I'm 5'8", so she's got a couple good inches on her. She is my... I really like the big leaf plants. I really feel like they just add something to the space. So when my bedroom is finished, she's actually going to go into my bedroom. But she really likes the library, so I don't know if that's gonna stay. But you guys are seeing her on camera right now. She is a big girl. She likes indirect sunlight, and because I know somebody's gonna ask, why don't I have blinds yet? Because I have been saving for them, and when I'm ready to spend that coin, because it's gonna cost a little bit to get all the blinds in here put up, then I will. But right now, the paper is providing really good indirect light in this room, so the plants are really eating it up. So yes. The next one, he's kind of getting big. He got a couple extra leaves now. That's Sully. He is my Monstera deliciosa. And I got bismuth at Lowe's, and I got Sully from an online nursery. I think Sully came from Gabriella Plants. It's very, very possible he came from Gabriella Plants. And when he came, he only had one stalk with 2 leaves that did this. And those leaves are still there, but they've split. So he's got some baby leaves coming in. So I'm just, my babies. So he also is a big guy. Bismuth is in a 20 diameter pot. He is in a 12-inch. And I put him in a 12-inch directly after his nursery pot because I learned that he doesn't require tight space for his roots. And because he is a bigger plant, I didn't want to have to replant him again for a while. So I know that during the winter, early spring, I won't have to do much with him. But I have a feeling he's going to be one of the plants, kind of like bismuth, where in the spring and the summer, he's going to just shoot up. So I need to go ahead and decide, am I going to split him or not? Because in the springtime, I will be splitting bismuth. So I'm already looking for another 20 diameter pot, because I do like the 20 diameter size for them. But she's going to get too big for this pot soon. So I'm going to get help from my friends, and we are going to carefully split her into 2 or 3 pots. When that happens, I'll obviously record it because it's the first time that I will be doing that. But yeah, those are my 2 big boys. Let me get my other ones. The next one that I will actually be repotting is this lovely lady. This is Duchess. She is my snake plant. She's got a lot of spider webs, which means there's a spider chillaxing somewhere in here. So let me hurry up and do this because I don't want to freak out too much. But snake plants are super easy to take care of. Super, super easy. I might even be able to split the Duchess into mini ones. I call it Duchess and the Kittens. So yeah, this is another one that's really easy. Super, super easy. She sits right on top of one of my display things here because she doesn't need a lot of light and she doesn't need a lot of attention. So this was one of the ones I bought because they told me it was a beginner plant, and they're right because she's grown a lot and I've barely done anything to her. Yeah. The next plant that's also considered an easy plant for beginners, from what I heard, were Zizi plants. So this is my regular Zizi. I am currently in the process of looking for a variegated Zizi and a raven Zizi. Raven Zizis are the black ones. So if you see that, let me know. Also, one thing that I've been having a lot of issues with is the gnats, because the soil is so dry. And she has a lot of gnats coming out of her right now. So I'm going to have to spray her down with my neem oil when I'm done with this video. But yeah, so this is Marley, my Zizi plant. I'm actually going to be looking for a pole or something because I kind of want, like, I want the Zizi plant to get really big, but I also kind of want the Zizi plant to grow straight up. So I need to do a little bit of research on that, but she's got very strong stalks. She's also really low maintenance. I keep her right there. Wait, right there. So she's still getting sun, but it's not like super close, so she doesn't need it. But this is my Zizi. So this is Jack. He is my Hoya Rope, and he is actually going to be graduating out of this little nursery pot into a bigger pot this week. Very excited about that. I finally figured out the type of soil combination that's good for Hoyas. He is my first Hoya, and I did not kill him. I almost did. I was overwatering him, but I learned that Hoyas, you kind of treat them almost like succulents. So I wait until his soil is super dry like it is right now and rewater it. The thing is though, like I'm going to water it from the bottom, let him get a little bit, and then cool. But he is going to be upgrading into a bigger pot, not that much bigger than this one, but a bigger pot, just so that he can, thrive a little bit, because I think this is probably his max height, because he's turning a little bit of color to the bottom, so I don't want to like stress him out too much. But yeah, this one is one that when it does grow, I'm going to be super excited. I don't know if I'm going to put a rope in it so it can grow directly up or if I'm going to let it grow down, but we'll see. And I swear, we're going to talk about the gnats in a second. So far, my favorite plant group are the philodendrons. This is Andromeda. She is my philodendron mican. And the thing that I like about the micans is the leaf color but like sometimes they're red. So sometimes like the babies on the other side are red. So they grow into be these really rich leaves, and they have this very nice velvet texture. And again, I really like philodendrons. So that's pretty much like, I have a couple wish list plants that I will also, there's a video coming of my wish list plants, but she also really likes sun. As you can see, this is where the sun was facing. So I need to actually turn her this way so the plants can kind of come back into the middle. I have to rotate her once a week. That way everything is good. But she's got a lot of new growth. So I think that I figured out the winter watering schedules pretty well. So right now, I realized that I needed to change the watering schedule, but I didn't understand like how much in terms of summer to fall. But now that I know, my next step is getting rid of these blessed gnats. So that's the next step. But this is Andromeda. So this beautiful girl is Alexis. Alexis is my philodendron. See, this is my Birkin. These are the only Birkins that I like. This is another one where like she's still in her nursery pot. And I think she's fine in her nursery pot. She's still thriving. I forgot to rotate her, so all of her leaves pushed this way. Again, learning process. So we'll just put her in this way so that her leaves will pull more for the sun this direction. But the thing that I like about Birkins is the leaf pattern. So if you see the leaves are variegated, it's really pretty. And like I said, this is the Birkin that I was looking for. So this is her. They get really big too. Again, like I said, I really like the big leaves. So she's still in her nursery pot in December, but I'm guessing by like April, because they grow a little bit slower during this time, but I'm guessing by springtime, we're gonna have to make some moves and figure out which room she's going in, basically. So I have another baby. He is gonna get moved into a different style pot because the pot that I have him in, he's not doing well in it. So it's Paul. He is my fiddle fig. I'm going to actually start having Paul grow up a pole so that his tree will grow straight. I want him to be straight up and down, not like varied like he is now. So I will be repotting him and putting the pole in there so that he can grow straight up. But he's my fiddle leaf. Fiddle leaves are really pretty when they get going, but I'm learning that fiddle leaves are actually really temperamental. They're really moody. I have a friend, Bree. Shout out to Bree. Bree sent me some links of some stuff that she uses for her fiddle. So I ordered it. It'll get here, I think, mid-December. So I'm going to start treating Paul. So on Fridays, there might be some random plant videos, and one of them might be specifically about what I've learned about Paul. So there's Paul, and then underneath Paul, there is Lily, who is the peace lily. The peace lily was actually the first one that I got, and I think so peace lilies to me, they are actually low maintenance as long as you have their routine perfected. Like, when she was smaller, it was very easy for me to look at her and just automatically know that she was tired. Like, she wilts, essentially. When she needs watering, she wilts. You don't have to put her directly in the sunlight. I've had her in various places around the downstairs, and she does just fine. I'm actually going to move her into the library because I just want her. I want to get her and Paul. Basically, I'm about to move all of my plants into the library for a while just to see like what their light process is like. So Paul and her are going to get moved into here today. So also I want them to be a part of like the Christmas thing for this room. So they're getting moved in today, but I think the soil is something that really matters to the peace lilies. And then the peace lilies, they actually grow their lilies a lot. But the thing is, like, they don't stay there. Like, they will wilt and die. And that part is totally normal. At first, I thought that I was killing it. But I wasn't. They just go through, like, a cycle. So I just prune them off because they are ugly. And my peace lily leaves are very rich and green. So even though she has a little bit of burning on some of the edges, like, it's not detrimental to her, if that makes sense. Like, maybe I'll record when I'm repotting some of these bad boys so you can see what I'm talking about better. Let me know if you actually want to see that. I guess that's a better way to put it. The other group of flowers that I really like are Calatheas, which are like the praying plants. However, I probably shouldn't have started off with Calatheas. One, they are very temperamental. For example, this is Garnet. She is my Rose Pieta. And as you can see, she's very temperamental. They like distilled water. This is what happens when I have them. When I don't have distilled water, I notice that their leaves brown very easily. They also require daily misting. But I'm going to actually invest in a humidifier that's going to sit in between my plants that need humidity because I don't want to mist them anymore because they're also attracting a lot of gnats. So I have some new soil mixture that I'm going to be like, all of my plants are going to get resoiled because I now have a plant mixture that I think will work. That way they can retain moisture throughout the winter and not attract gnats. So again, this is a learning process, but this is Garnet. She's okay. Like, she's got new leaves growing and everything. They are just very temperamental. Like, they only like certain things and they will show you in their leaves when they don't like it. So I switched back. Like, I ran out of distilled water and I thought it wouldn't be a big deal, but this is what happens when I don't use distilled water. So yeah, that's Garnet. And then her sister, which I also bought over here, her sister is Toph. Toph is the first Calathea I ever bought, and I was really proud. Like, as you can see, I have to go through and prune off the leaves because she also struggled during my distilled water thing. And I'm learning that the yellowing of her leaves is actually a sign of overwatering. So I've actually overwatered Toph. So I'm trying to rewrite my wrongs. And with this particular one, it'll be easy. The soil is really wet, which is that's why it's overwatered, because I was treating it like I was in the summertime. In the summertime, I had to water the Calatheas twice a week, like fully drenching them twice a week. But you don't have to do that in the wintertime. So I am learning. She's doing a lot better than Garnet because, I don't know, I think she's kind of more used to me. And then, I don't know, they look at the leaves. They're so pretty. She's still growing. She's still got a bunch of new leaves in the middle that are coming out. So I'm not worried, but like, they're plants, they're living things. So like, they take some learning, but I didn't kill them. So we good, you know? So I'm going to share with you guys the 4 new plants that I just bought into the family and share some of the things that I've learned already about them and work from there. So this is Irisis. This is Isis. She is my Calathea. Let me sit you down. She is my Calathea beauty star. She's got really pretty striations on her leaves, and then on the back of her leaves, they are a deep, rich red. She's in the same category as Toph and Garnet in the family that she's a part of. She is a praying leaf plant, so her leaves will rise and fall throughout the time period. I am immediately starting off with distilled water for her. I have not thoroughly soaked her since I got her. I have been doing it where I let the soil for most of the plants kind of dry out, and then I've been bottom feeding them. So I've been pouring the water into their saucer and letting them soak up whatever they want. So that's been working for me. She has one of these things I got from Amazon to collect gnats because she's very close to Toph, and she's very close to Toph and Garnet, and I don't want them in her soil. So I'm going to share with you guys like ways that I'm fighting that like after I get it together. Right now, I'm trying a couple different things, but I just wanted to show you, like, this is a new leaf that's coming in, so can't wait. But this is my baby, Isis. So yeah. So this is one that was on my wish list. This is a Philodendron Black Cardinal, and he's actually grown a lot since I got him. He's thriving. He is the only one that is in my living room. He is actually on my coffee table, and I think he really likes it there. The problem is, as you guys can tell, and as I keep saying, I really like philodendrons because they're big. He's not gonna stay small and cute forever. As you can see, he's got a lot of new areas for new growth. He's got a lot of new leaves. Oh my gosh, I'm floored. But yeah, so he is a beauty. His name is Professor X. His new leaves come out like this. They're like very shiny, and then they get darker as the time progresses. I do like collecting all of the black plants of versions. So I am looking for like the black velvets and the ravens and stuff, because I just think they're really pretty. But I do like the deep green leaves as well. Like, I didn't realize how much he's grown since I got him. I got him a couple weeks ago, and he's very low maintenance. He doesn't require a lot. But I have a feeling he's gonna have to be upgraded sooner than I thought. So I actually think that I need to order a set of pots again off Amazon, because it seems like he's going to need we're going to have to give him a little bit of an upgrade home than this, because I got to see where his roots are, because I don't want his roots to get too stuck because I don't want him to get stagnant. But like, he was not this big when I got him. If I have a video still on my phone, I will try to insert a picture. Like, he's already grown so freaking much. So my two newest babies, these are probably the last two of the year for me, unless somebody gifts me some. This is Cusco. He is my Prince of Orange hybrid. Yes, he is a philodendron. I put them on Instagram and let other people name them. But for some reason, I don't know why, but the brightness of the colors and the orange, I immediately was like, this is Cusco. This is my prince, my Cusco. I just got him in the mail yesterday, so he doesn't actually, I haven't put him in his place yet. Him and this other plant, I give them a couple of days because they've been packaged up for so long and thrown around in the postal service. So you give them a couple of days to kind of breathe and kind of acclimate to their new area, and then you put them in their places. So that's basically what I'm doing with him. He came in really bunched up, so I'm just waiting for him to spread himself out. And he also will be coming into the library just so that he can spread out a little bit. As you can see, he's very tight right now. So I don't want to pull him or anything. I want him to just kind of spread out when he's ready. Because he came from Gabriella Plants. And this is the first time that like I opened a package and he was not like bound really well. So he was pretty beat up during this transfer of this trip. So like I said, I like philodendrons, calatheas, and I love Hoyas. However, Hoyas have been very challenging for me. You know, Jack is the only Hoya that I've been brave enough to buy, but one that I've been obsessed with is the Queen. This is the Queen. She's variegated, which means like she has different colors on her leaves. She was also on my wish list, and she will actually be hanging in the library. I'll probably hang her up here when I get some hooks to hang her, but she will be hanging in one of the ropes. I really like Hoyas. I like how delicate they look, but if you touch them, they're actually very firm. I know that they act more like succulents. So again, I just took her out the packaging as well. She's just breathing on my counter until I decide that it's time to move them. I'm just very excited. I like the Hoya Princess too, but the Hoya Queen is like, so we're going to see if I keep her alive. So another plant that I have that is outside, because she just likes being outside, is Eleanor. She is my elephant bush. She is the only I have succulents outside. So we have Alton the aloe plant. Did I call him Alton? No, I'm sorry. I called him Albert. So Albert is my aloe plant. He's gotten so big that I actually need to go ahead and like make my aloe vera from him at some point because he's huge. So we have Eleanor and Albert that are outside. Cosmos was the name of my string of pearls, and I think I overwatered Cosmos or something. Something about it didn't work. Cosmos did not make it. Another one that did not make it is Pepperan. She was my Peperomia Hope. I do like peperomias. What I'm learning is that peperomias and Hoyas both act more like succulents than other plants. Even though they are known to be in more humid climates, they still operate on the sense of like, let them dry out and then water them. But I didn't learn that until after there was no way I could save Pepperan. So my hopes is to find another Pepperan and like go from there. But that was my plant collection. I am enjoying buying plants. No, not all of these plants are going to stay in the library. I do plan on putting some plants into the guest rooms and stuff upstairs when I get furniture, but the library is the place that gets the most consistent indirect light. So that is where a lot of them will be until we find their homes. Yeah, I am a real deal plant lady. All my plants have names. I'm going to obviously be making more plant reminder stickers because I do have more plants. So yeah, my question to you guys is like, do you have plants? Like, do you have a favorite plant? or like what's something you learned about how to keep the soil together. What's your soil composition? Like, let's chat about this stuff. If you'd like to see more videos about my plants, please let me know down below. This will be the only plant video for Britmas. I just kind of wanted to preview it and see what you guys thought about it. So again, thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. And until the next time, guys, well, until tomorrow, bye.